Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
"60 years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway." And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Let's go! All right, fellas, listen up. 20, TX. Double three, kick. Double three, kick.
Throwing to start here is Tua. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. It's DJ Turner who's got it. That's a tough way to start this Super Bowl, Charles. You give up the touchdown, and then on the first play, you take a shot downfield, but it's intercepted.
Yeah, Brandon, remember when we sat down with their offensive staff before the game, the offensive coordinator showed us his play sheet, and what did he have written on it? Be bold. And that's exactly what they were on their first drive. It didn't turn out. The interception came, and now they're hoping their defense can bail them out.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
At least I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to put that first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing in the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Hurts. Fighting through pressure. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, how about the coverage? Out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Miami set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They take it. There, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Wide open receiver complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run. Achane.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as as they stop him right around the 1. He'll try again. Get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
How about that stand defensively? The sticks were moving against them. First down after first down was being piled up. They had driven all the way down the field, and then they ran into a wall on 3rd and goal. Nice job regrouping. Very impressive.
They'll try and run. Nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Swift going to try up the middle.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
I'm not sure they mentioned it as a goal during the week or even talked about it in pregame, but the way they're playing right now, they want this game out of reach by halftime. Not only does the safety just demoralize the opposing offense, now your guys can run out there and try to add another 6 to their lead.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick. And that's a big mistake. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Automatic first down.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. On play action, they'll throw.
That's going to be caught downfield by Hill.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Touchdown!
Jalen Waddle.
His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Dolphins are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And take it right on the 30.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. But they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the Super Bowl.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Tua.
They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got...
mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing, and he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next.
23-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Hurts.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Miami. 72 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Turbo three, kick. Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
First and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd.
Achane once more. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that's... run, and it'll move the chains.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense, and I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him, and somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get... before the final gun.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hands it off out.
And he is brought down at the 22. Gain of 2, and it brings up...
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that's intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Failure to connect on second down. That leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Norris. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there?
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On the carry, it's Chestnut. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 5. Here's a toss left for Achane. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A run here with Chestnut. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Julius Chestnut, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have widened the gap now to 50 points. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the gun, here's Swift. Runs through the contact. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle. He's got a man complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass to... Big tight end. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Down it. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Tua. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready, John?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Touchdown Dolphins! Jalen Waddle with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback, number 1, Tua. These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That's the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and 3.
20 TX.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Here's third and a few inches.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Now Achane on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Devon Achane,
His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
and the Dolphins use the short field to get in for 6. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Devon Achane who finished things off with a touchdown reception.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out.
But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. They go play action with Hurts. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's a second and 5 now from the 25. On the toss, here's Achane. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll come up, second and 7. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 65 yards. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing is Hurts.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, Tua.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Jalen Waddle with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Hurts to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Let's go do this thing, baby.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 43 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
They'll run with Chestnut. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And brought down that time by Nolan Smith.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down and 6 now. A give left side. Here's Achane. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Hard throw. Let's fix. For them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Smith here. And he gets this one to mid. He's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Tua sets up to pass it. They set up the screen.
defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
There defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Miami. 59 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
On play action. Here's 2. Pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Hassan Reddick leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff as they run left side. Result in losing you.
McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain right where it is. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Tua going to throw. This is caught. And he is out of bounds here. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal.
And now Tua going to try and sneak it.
Try to wedge his way in there. No. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They tried. Not enough push. He doesn't get in. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. So they're up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game.
things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Returnable now for Woodson.
Holding, receiving team.
And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020.
First down.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
At their own 24. Back to throw here.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle, 76 yards. And the Dolphins add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Ryan Brzee fought in and got him down.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
Now a throw here to his running back. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
That's good for Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Complete. Smith has it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line.
Back to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who is just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to him.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run for it with Achane. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as good running gets him to about the 44. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on, three, kick.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, turbo one. Ready.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Running left, Achane.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.